Hey there, Alex here. This is the Blonde BL Mini, a relatively new pair of budget IEMs from the company that brought us the ever so popular BL03. Thanks to Hi-Fi Go, I was able to give these a try, so without further ado, let's dive right in. The BL Mini comes in this slim packaging, which I think fits the design of the earphones really well. It comes with a simple carrying case and two types of ear tips in different sizes. The cable is a huge upgrade over the tangly cable on the older Blondes. They look way nicer and have a nice texture. They still have a bit of kinks in them, but I think those would soften over time. The shape of the BL Mini might look a little weird at first, but they work surprisingly well. They fit my ears really well out of the box and sit almost flush with my ears, which is a big improvement over the BL01 and BL03. Moving on to sound, they have a V-shaped tuning with the emphasis being on the bass region. They have quite a bit of sub-bass and bass boost, even more so than the BL03, but it's still not the most textured bass and can sound a little boomy. The mids are a bit recessed for my taste. Lower mids have a bit of warmth from the bass bleed, so male vocals have a decent amount of body, but they can be a bit prone to sibilance, probably due to the peak at around 6 kHz. Upper mids are not the most elevated, so female vocals can sound a little dull for me. Treble in general isn't the most elevated, and instruments like cymbals and violins sound a bit lifeless to me. It might be good for the treble sensitive, but I find it a bit too dark for my taste. Detail retrieval is decent most of the time, but the soundstage isn't the widest. Combine that with the large amount of bass, they can sound a little congested in busier tracks. Tonality and timbre isn't the best I've heard from a single DD. Vocals and brighter instruments in particular sound a little bit off to me. Compared to the very popular Blonde BL03, which is actually in the same price range, I think the BL03 still sounds better to me. It is a less V-shaped tuning with less bass and slightly more forward mids. It also has a bit more treble, which makes a lot of things sound more natural to me. Tonality, timbre, soundstage, detail retrieval, separation and whatnot are all better to me as well. I know the stock accessories might not work for some folks, but for me, it actually fits quite well once I remove the memory wrapping from the stock cable. That said, the BL Mini still has a nicer cable and a better fit. Another recent Blonde product would be the slightly cheaper BL01. It has a leaner and brighter presentation overall, with lesser mid-bass even compared to the BL03. Lower mids as a result are a little leaner sounding. It has a bit more upper mids and treble too. But overall, I do like the slightly more forward mids here, and slightly better tonality and timbre compared to the BL Mini. The downside here is that the cable still isn't great, and the fit is actually worse for me compared to the BL03. Overall, while I still prefer the tuning of the BL01 and BL03 a bit more, the BL Mini does have a nicer fit, and it might appeal to folks looking for more bass. Having different options in their lineup might not be a bad thing. I do feel like maybe if they combine the sound quality from the BL03 with the fit of the BL Mini, it would be a way easier recommendation, but it is what it is. I still prefer the Tanchim Tanya over these three, not just for the sound quality, but also the price. However, I would still say that the BL Mini is decent value for money, especially if you want something with a more V-shaped tuning and a great fit. Thanks for watching this video, and see you guys on the next one.